So nearby, Brad and Nisha, it's spooky season. Are you ready to unveil this year's Halloween costume?
Do it.
Yeah! This is so good. I get to live my dream. Oh. And I guess people want me to see me do the song, right?
Stupid deaths, they're funny cause they're true. Woo! Stupid deaths, hope next time it's not you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Follow us on TikTok, we did the full thing down there. But let's talk about some skeletons. You ready, Boneley? So Army of Darkness is a horror comedy film where Bruce Campbell's harder than he's ever Bruce Campbelled before. And during the film, Campbell spends a not insignificant amount of time wrestling with a bunch of skeletons. Skeletons, it turns out, director Sam Raimi had to steal to get into the shop. So if either of you guys watched Army of Darkness, I guess we're just...
I'm distracted, sorry.
Are we never going to top the reaction we got last year to when I came in as Tommy Wiseau? We're never going to top that because Nisha lost her shit for a good, 5 minutes. Here's a clip.
Swagger onto the camera now, shall we roll it closer? Maybe it's vampire! Sorry, you want to talk about Hellraiser? I'll be honoring everybody.
And people might wonder, who am I dressed as? This is the Grim Reaper from Horrible Histories, but not season 1 Grim Reaper where he was terrifying. But season 2 onwards where I love that show. It's been a running gag for ages. Oh, shut up, Louis!
Good, I like it, yes, I agree. Oh, shut up, Louis.
I've been practicing the voice all week about the
So you're going to do the voice the entire way through the video?
I can't do the voice the entire way through, but I can do it a little bit. I can do the little bit of oh, I love this job. I do. I really do. I can do that bit. But you guys watched Army of Darkness?
No.
Okay, so first of all, go watch it. Because Bruce Campbell shotguns skeletons in half while dropping an ungodly amount of one-liners, most of which are just Duke Nukem quotes. So if you think of a Duke Nukem quote, it's probably something Bruce Campbell said in Army of Darkness, to the point where someone straight up asked Bruce Campbell, are you aware that the character Duke Nukem just says a lot of your lines? What do you feel about that? He's well, yeah, I guess it's flattering to be referenced like that, but money's better.
Little goody two-shoes.
I ain't that good.
I think my favourite thing about Duke Nukem is that it is canon in the Duke Nukem universe that he wrote an autobiography called Why I'm So Great. And
he stole my autobiography title.
And he doesn't have a health bar, he has an ego bar. If his ego bar goes all the way to 0, he dies. And the way you restore his ego is by reading his own autobiography.
Wow.
Well, is this in a mechanic in the game?
Yes. He doesn't have a health bar, he has an ego bar, and you can improve it by, getting women to go, oh, Duke, you're the best.
So if at any point somebody, insults his physique, does his ego bar go down?
Well, you're never going to insult his physique because he's Duke Nukem. And, people wonder about the lines the Hail to the King, baby, which I can't do in either Duke Nukem or Bruce Campbell's voice, but just the Hail to the King, baby.
Do it as Stupid Death's guy.
Oh, Hail to the King, baby. That's not. That's like Yogi Bear or some shit, innit? I can only do it for a few lines. You're there's those lines that you say to get yourself into a voice, for do Australian, you say kangaroo. Do you have any of those?
Good day, mate.
Yeah, or to get into a Jamaican accent, you say beer can, because it sounds like the same bacon, beer can, man. Do you have any of those?
Beer can sandwich.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you do a Birmingham accent, you go Birmingham. You say Birmingham, just
and it just ends up weird screen me.
Or if you want to do Yorkshire, it's busted.
Bastard.
Busted.
Bastard. It's go on, Sean Bean, give us your bastard. My personal auto connecting people.
Yorkshire tea. Doesn't he do the tea one
I think so. Can't beat a cup of Yorkshire tea.
I remember when Game of Thrones first came out, the line I would always say was the Jon Snow one where he's wind's so cold it'll freeze your little prick right off.
With the Stupid Deaths one, the way I get into it, just saying, stupid deaths, it's funny because they're true. Stupid deaths, hope next time it's not you. It might. And if anyone has watched Army of Darkness, you might remember that the film's climax is Bruce Campbell punching an infinite amount of skeletons in half. Well, actually, technically, 175 skeletons.
Why do you know the exact number?
Well, we know that exact number because there is an amazing behind-the-scenes documentary about the making of Army of Darkness, where they speak to the creature effects supervisor, Howard Berger. And he talks about how, like, the Deadites, with skeletons were in the film, the Deadites, but they're just, skeletons, isn't that right? Yeah, skeletons. So, how do women do this?
Luscious locks.
How do women do this?
My hair's not as annoying as that is.
We know there's exactly 175 skeletons because in that behind-the-scenes like documentary, the special effects, the creature effects supervisor Howard Berger talks about how, like, you know, we wanted to have a lot of Deadites, and we built all of these Deadite props. And every time we had a scene that called for Deadites to be in it, we'd ask Sam Raimi. He'd go, "So Sam, how many like Deadites do you want in this, like, you know, this scene?" He goes, "So how many we got?" "About 175, Sam." We go, "Okay, about 175." He's like, "Oh, okay," and then for this scene, like, you know, in the background it calls from Deadites. How many Deadites do we have again? About 175. 175. So basically, for every single scene in which Deadites were required, they had to use all 175.
There's so damn many of them.
What is a Deadite? But is it an animated skeleton?
Yes, they had prop ones, they had people in costumes, and, you know, the quality of them varied, because you might know, like, from working in, like, film and study and stuff, there's things known as, like, hero props, which is, like, the props that are, like, you know, going to be close to the camera, and then you have, like, ones that are for background shots that don't have as much detail in them.
Well, we talked about The Matrix during the Burley Brawl. Some of the masks made for Hugo Weaving were fucking awful.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to see them, because obviously they're going to be a blink and you miss it sort of thing, and it's the same thing with, like, the Deadite props. Like, not all of them were, like, you know, screen ready. Some of them were meant for background shots, and the way they do is they dig, like, big trenches and have, like, the top half of the Deadites scrolling around as people went down underneath, just with the skeleton. Like, they get the skeleton and they go down underneath and they just go, and that was what they do.
Spinning around.
And, like, but obviously, Sam Raimi wanted them in every single shot possible.
Well, you've propped Bowley up. He looks more excited.
He's excited. We're talking about his brothers, aren't we? So, they weren't exactly the highest quality props. Not to mention as well, they kept getting blown up.
So they used every skeleton they had in every scene.
Yes, they did. But the problem is that Bruce Campbell was fighting them for most of the movie. So, like, you know, of these, like, you know, 175 Deadites, like, some of them were destroyed by Bruce Campbell just snapping them in half WWE style. Being exploded, or run over in a custom skeleton crushing car driven by Bruce Campbell. So, like, what the special effects crew had to do is, every time Bruce Campbell destroyed one, they had to just, like, go remake it and then send it back out, because, like, Sam Raimi wanted it for the scene.
I thought you were going to say that every single time one was destroyed, that Sam Raimi's like, so how many do we have? 174. 174 then.
No, but the thing is, though, because you've not seen Army of Darkness, you've not seen one of the greatest gifts ever, which is where they literally just throw skeletons at Bruce Campbell for like 30 seconds long. You can literally see they're just throwing them at him, and the reason
how have I not seen this?
And the reason they did it is because they just thought it was funny when Bruce Campbell got a skeleton thrown at him, and Bruce Campbell, like, he's one of those, like, actors where you kind of feel bad that he never got his break, because he's, like, really handsome, really funny, and he's, like, really good at, like, pratfalling and doing his own stunts. Like, he does a lot of his own stunts for the Evil Dead movies, and, like, it got to the point where they would say, fuck it, just keep throwing skeletons at him because it's funny. Like, just let him improvise, and, like, that's why they had, but then he'd snap them in half and then have to send them back to the creature effects crew to put them back together to throw them back at him.
Yeah, so they had, like, visual effects or special effects on standby, basically, like, waiting for a broken skeleton.
To go fix it, to go send it back out, because obviously the climax of the film is supposedly an infinite army of these things. And Bruce Campbell's just, like, fighting his way through them with his boomstick, aka the shotgun, which is, like, the coolest name for a shot. It's my boomstick, but the problem that was, like, eventually that got kind of annoying, so what the special effects crew did is they just locked them in a shed and told Sam Raimi, you're not allowed to have them unless we're here. And Sam Raimi was like, but I want more skeletons. So he just ordered his crew to find them and then broke into the garage where they were stored and got them back anyway. So he just stole the skeletons from the scene.
I think he like saved some for later for when Lonely Nights turn bonely.
When Lonely Nights turn bonely. Oh.
He just took him home with
The
him.
thing is, though, I don't want to slap Bonely, but I guess we have to recreate the shot. So I'm really sorry, but we have to recreate the "Oh, shut up, Louis!" to see if we do it. So I'm really sorry, but we need to recreate the shot of like, yes, what? Oh, shut up, Bonely! No! Well, speaking... And I guess, like, the last thing I need to mention, though, because this is just one of those things that's really funny to me, is the car that Bruce Campbell, Ash Williams, customizes to run over all of the Deadites is an Oldsmobile. And the Oldsmobile is something of a signature for Sam Raimi. In fact, according to him, it has been in literally every single movie he's ever directed. And you might recognise it as the car that Uncle Ben drives in Spider-Man 1. It's also in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, when they're going through the place where all the things are floating. That, again, the exact same Sam Raimi car. It's supposedly in the Wizard of Oz movie that he directed. It's supposedly, they took it apart to the frame and put a horse and carriage over it. So it's still in his movie.
Oh, wow.
And we don't know if that's true, but according to both Bruce Campbell, his longtime friend, and Sam Raimi himself, that's what they did. He also directed a Western where supposedly they did the same thing, where it's like in the background of a shot in a garage, but it's still in the shot. So technically he's like, his recurring gimmick of just putting his car in every movie still holds up.
I like stuff like that where they have recurring themes. Like in the Pixar films, what's the voice actor who's in every like Pixar film? Is it John Katzenberg? Is it?
Ratzenberg,
he
maybe?
does like the lorry in Cars. He does that bug in. It looks like that. You know.
I know who you mean. Yeah, I just don't know his name. But yeah, there's that long.
Do you mean P.T. Flea?
Yeah.
There's that voice actor they give him a role and everything.
It's like in every Pixar film or something.
I think to the point where when he died, I think he died and they use like his voice. I think he does the pig, right? In Toy Story,
Yeah, Ham in Toy Story.
Like they cobble together like lines from like the rides and video games that he's done voice work for to like basically cobble together a speech to honour him and keep putting his voice work into those films. But what makes the Sam Raimi one slightly less wholesome is that is the car he lost his virginity in. Because like Bruce Campbell is
less wholesome.
Well, no. Bruce Campbell and like Sam Raimi are really good friends in real life. It's like when we were making
I hope Bruce Campbell also wasn't there.
Well, according to Bruce Campbell, when they got asked about the Oldsmobile, he was like, yeah, me and Sam have been friends for a long time. And he always puts that stupid car into all of his movies, because that's the car that we cruise around in when we were like nerds in high school, trying to pick up chicks. And that's the car he lost his virginity in. So like the idea that Sam Raimi puts his fuckmobile into every one of his movies, it's a pretty baller move to me. Yeah. Halloween. So Halloween, Halloween period, spooky season is upon us, Brad. And what do you normally do for your spooky season? And folks at home, let us know what you do for your spooky season. What's your favourite spooky season activity?
Well, like more recent years, I've not done a huge amount. But when I was younger, we would. My mum decorates a lot for Halloween. A lot of the decorations were up at the start of October.
Yeah.
And we've got like a box in the loft that's just full of loads of Halloween decorations. We do that. We used to trick or treat. We do bobbing for apples. The usual stuff.
Yeah. And he's sitting in his other chair, like the noise, like yes. I'm trying to do the thing he does in the shorts, isn't he? He's like, do you know what I need to do? And he put my feet up, where he's just like this, even though I'm wearing like odd socks. So he puts, he's like,
the costume, the illusion is ruined.
Next. So Nisha, what do you do?
Sounds like your family is quite big on Halloween and stuff like that. My family weren't that bothered about it. I was the only one that seemed to be that bothered. So I don't do that much for it apart from dress up and go to parties and get drunk.
Really? So I've been watching Horrible Histories all week to get all his mannerisms down, and I think the one that I like the most is when someone says like something macabre and he goes, really? And he just drops like a terrible pun, which is always amazing. Like, go on, hop along, and he does like the bit, like just the laugh, which I can't do the laugh. It's the one thing I can't do. Oh, I love this job. I do. I really do.
One of the things I want to start doing actually for Halloween, make it more of a tradition, is just watch like a marathon of just old horror films.
Watch Army of Darkness. It's really fun. It's a really fun movie. really fun. Really, really fun.
You're a wise man in the ways of cinema.
Yes.
What do you think, objectively, is the best horror film of all time?
The Exorcist.
Fair enough.
Well, you know, its reputation as the scariest movie of all time is very well founded, like phenomenally well made, and just the performances. Some of the best performances in a horror movie, like very, very realistic performances of people who are genuinely terrified.
And do you think that it's aged well in a sense that modern audiences
Absolutely.
would still be scared?
Well, have you seen the latest one?
Believe it or no.
Go watch that and then watch the original and tell me what you think.
Okay, I'm guessing, is it a thing situation? Is
Well,
it
no,
shit?
no, because in the original, it's like, oh no, there's a demon possessing this little girl. The demon's called Pazuzu, which is really funny. Which, like, you know, the sequels ruin it. But in the newest one, it's two little girls who've been infected, you know, because two little girls means it's twice as spooky. But they don't just bring in a Catholic priest, Brad. They've got to bring in every world religion. And they say that to get rid of these demons, we need every religion. And they basically create...
Like a team-up movie.
They basically create the religious super friends and have like 14 different like religious like leaders in like the bottom of the house trying to like pray out the demon. And it's like, man, if this more than anything, this just shows that Hollywood's idea of, well, how do we improve upon something? It's like, more
is better.
What's the thing? More is better, right?
Instead of one child, two children.
Two children, yeah.
Instead of one religion, all the religions. You know what? Let's have it take place in 3 houses.
And also as well, like, I think the soundtrack's really good. It's Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells.
Yes.
Probably one of the scariest soundtracks ever. And Tubular Bells is one of those things where it's... People know like the opening bit, like like that really iconic bit. And that's like just the opening like minute of what is a 30-minute experimental album. And Mike Oldfield, that's like his... like unfinished masterpiece, because he's been for years re-releasing and tweaking that over and over again, because Mike Oldfield, like, is weirdo perfectionist. And the story goes that like, you might not think an instrumental album will be that popular, but that went like double platinum. And for years, like, his record labels like, make a Tubular Bells 2, make it a 2. He's like, no, that you know, I got my
2 with 2 children.
Well, that's what they said. They said kept making. He's like, I don't want to make Tubular Bells 2 because like, no. It's not finished. And then he got out of his contract with his record label. And then what he did is he went to Virgin Records, and the literal first thing he did is make Tubular Bells 2. As a fuck you to his old music producers. I love it. I think it was that great, like, happy, trigger happy TV bit where he goes around an ice cream van playing the Exorcist theme. And you see the kids running after the ice cream van, but you see the person, no, don't go to that ice cream van, don't go to that ice cream van. It's so good. But yeah, if you enjoyed this Halloween video, if you really, really enjoyed it, you want to keep us in, like, you want to keep us deep in skeletons and shit wigs, like, follow us on Patreon. Because I think we've got a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, haven't we, of this?
Yeah.
Of like us getting the makeup done, me doing like the full stupid death thing with all the edit and that.
Yeah, we're classing it as shitpost videos, which
Yes.
is a monthly video where you get to see behind the scenes footage of what we've done over that month.
It doesn't get more shit posting than this. It don't get more shit posting than this.
But this one in particular is going to be good because it also has rock band karaoke in.
Yep. But just, I love the idea as well, the only two voices I can do are seemingly the guy from Stupid Deaths and Tommy Wiseau. Like, why are they the only two voices I can do?
And they have similar wigs as well.
They do, that's the thing, yeah.
We were struggling with that hair
The
as
problem
well.
with Tommy Wiseau, though, is that his mannerisms are so much more... They're simultaneously so muted and then exaggerated. So obviously, his acting is like, he looks like he's like sedated half the time, where it's like, why are you saying that? But then other times it's like, no, you're tearing me apart, Lisa! No! Which I did do, didn't I, last year? I did do like the full Tommy Wiseau, I tore down the set and everything.
Literally, because the light fell over.
It did, yeah. Yeah.